Hey everyone! Hope everyone's having a happy Monday, as happy as Mondays can get. I just wanted to take a minute today to talk about heat lamps and show you this cool new house we got for Stubbin, and we got it set up this weekend. I have wanted to do this for like 2 years, ever since I saw this cat house online, and I was thinking I would do something and build it myself because I wanted to kind of customize it, but couldn't get that done. Didn't have the time and energy right now. So we went ahead and just bought this one and said, well, we'll just buy this one and we'll figure out how to customize it for what we need. But I wanted to find a better way for me to hang my heat lamp so that Stubbin was safe and couldn't ever burn himself on it, because he burnt himself on one of his heat lamps before. And then my dog also, when I had it on the cat climber, would climb up and be under the heat lamp, and just, you know, I wanted to make sure it was really safe, but that they had a place for the heat lamp, and I'll talk more about that in a second. But anyway, here it is. This is what I bought. Let's see if I can show you well here. So here, I guess I need to sit down. Apparently using the camera like this is kind of like the mirror thing. I want to go that way and I turn it the wrong way. So it's basically just a little cat house, and you can't see all of it because our entertainment center is kind of in the way, but has an entry hole down here and then a platform right here so they can enter in there, and then they jump up on this platform, and there was a little door thing here but we just removed it, and then they can jump up to the top platform where you see Mr. Stubby. Hey Melly. Hi Tanya. Can I wave back at you guys? Oh, I never knew I could do that. Huh. Anyway, so Stubbin's up here now under his heat lamp. I mean, literally the minute we had this thing put together and in here, he was on it because I gave their cat climber away a little bit ago to a friend here on Facebook. So we hadn't had the heat lamp for a little while, but it's just getting cool enough in Florida now anyway. In fact, the stupid AC is on again today. I can't believe it. But yeah, you can see just like, I mean, he's just in cat heaven. Like, there's nothing better than his heat lamp. And oh, that's his new catnip stick that he's loving. So he's got his little catnip in his balls. Anyway, that sounded funny. But here, I'll show you what we did on the top of this thing. And anybody wants to know where to order it, just post below and I'll let you know. So it comes with this roof that's almost like really like a real roof with like shingle-like material. So we just cut a hole in it, and we went to Lowe's to get some wire mesh. This is like wire mesh metal, not any metal with plastic coating, not a screening, because that could burn. And set our heat lamp down in it, and just oops, my phone didn't like me doing that. Let's see if I can show you. We just drilled holes into the heat lamp and put some simple bolts and nuts into it to attach it so it's really safe. The heat lamp can't come off, can't fall, but it's got the nice wire mesh, so on the inside, again looking up, that's what you see. And so there's really no way that, number one, the heat lamp can't fall and hurt him or burn anything, and he can't burn himself. Even if I touch up here on the metal, it's a little warm, but you see I can easily hold my hand there for several seconds. So if he were to accidentally stand up and put his head up there, he would move before he got burned, because it would be like, oh, I'm a little hot, and move his head. It wouldn't have any risk of burning him. So we're loving this thing. Yeah, so I'll keep him in the background here. You guys can watch him play. But the big thing why I wanted to do this video and show you what our setup here is, and of course you don't need something like this, but you do need to figure out, if you have a hairless pet, even a hairless dog, if you have a hairless pet, you need to figure out how to have a heat lamp and safely secure it in your home, whether you're putting it on a cat climber. A lot of cat climbers, what we used to do was use the clamp, attach it to the ledge, then would zip tie the heat lamp on to the cat climber to make sure it couldn't fall. And you can buy some heat lamps now with actual metal covers on them too, to help them stay safe. I've seen people put some of the little like shelves on the walls, or the funky cat shelves or cat drawers, attach it to that, and then you just put a bed underneath it. You want to make sure the bed underneath is, at least 8 inches, more like 12, 16 inches to 2 feet underneath the heat lamp is good. And then it depends on the strength of the bulb that you get. There's different strengths, like 50 watts, 75, 100 watts, with the highest being the strongest. So you can figure out, based on where you can safely place the heat lamp and the bed, what strength you need. But over and over again, I see people with these hairless cats who, number one, either don't have any additional source of heat for their cat, and I just cringe, and they say, oh, well, they just, they go under the blankets or whatever, and that's fine for that time, but your cat can't just live under the blankets in your bed. They need to come out. They need to play. They need to wander around the house. They need to look at things and look at windows and chase things and play with their toys and drink and, whatnot. And if your house is cool and you have no other areas of heat, then they're literally going to be stuck all day, like hiding under blankets. Or they'll say they'll just put clothes on them, and that's good too. But again, with their clothes on, they still have their whole head exposed, their whole arms, their whole back end, and their legs. So it only provides so much heat, especially in winter areas. Then I get the people that do provide a heat pad, which is good. It's better than nothing. But even at that, I kind of cringe, because a heat pad can be good. It's going to help them stay warm. And of course, they're going to love it. They're going to go lay on it. So people get a heat pad and they think they're doing the right thing. They're doing a good thing for their cat. They're laying all over it and they're loving it. What people don't think about and don't realize is, if we were to lay on something on our stomach all day for hours and hours and hours, these cats lay on these things for hours, they are going to get hot there on their stomach, clearly, and it's going to actually heat their intestines. And that can be really troublesome, really problematic, because that extra heat in that area constantly can cause digestive issues. It can slow down the digestion process. It can abnormally affect the digestive process by the intestines being warmed up artificially all day, every day. And that's something that people don't think about. And then also, heat can be a source of inflammation. So especially for cats that already have some IBS type chronic stomach issues with food sensitivities and whatnot, that can really kind of spell recipe for disaster. So, if you have a heat pad in, one room, say your office, and your cat comes and lays with you in your office for an hour or two a day, fine. But, it really shouldn't be your main source of heat for these guys. You really need to go with the heat lamp option. It's just the best, safest option. The other thing to consider with a heat pad is, not only are they laying on that heat artificially on their stomach for too many hours a day, possibly disrupting digestion, but if you think about it, when we are cold, we lose a lot of our heat through our head. Most everybody knows that, our head and our feet. If you're cold and you have thick socks on and a winter hat, suddenly you can get away with wearing, not even a lot on your trunk, because that helps keep you warm. Well, these guys don't have hats on. They have absolutely nothing on their head. We get cold even with hair on our head. They have nothing. So they lose the majority of their heat all day, every day through their head. They're just wasting energy all day, just expelling energy through their head, just trying to keep their body warm. So what the heat lamp does for them is bask their entire body, including their head, in the heat. And that allows them to actually be healthier, because they are going to be able to conserve the energy they have, not trying to keep their body warm, but instead being able to just be a cat and running around and playing and digesting their food. It takes energy to digest your food, and, doing what they do and playing with you and being a cat. So paying attention to conserving their energy by helping them to conserve their body heat is huge. It's critical with these breeds, and really it seems so simple, but I can't stress enough how much just providing something like this heat lamp that they can go to for most hours of their day and go stay as warm as they need, how much that can better their health. Because otherwise, if they're struggling to constantly stay warm, it puts their body in this kind of metabolic stress cycle of constantly trying to get enough calories to make that happen. And literally with this type of situation, they will play more, they will be happier, they will even eat less food and need to cost you less and poop less, because he conserves his energy. Right now he's getting to conserve his energy because he's not cold, he's perfectly warm, and he's, clearly just as happy as a cat could be. So that is all about heat lamps and why you really, really need one if you have a hairless pet. Like I said, heat pad's good, a little bit here or there, emergency situations fine, but make the investment. These lamps with these bulbs are literally like $15, $20. You can find them at any pet store, find them online. Just buy one, figure out a good place to stick it to make it safe, and make your cat happier and healthier. Thanks, guys.